The Dreams, Hopes, and Loves of Life, and Observations and Reflections. Poetry by L. Roger Speakman. The Dreams of Life. Lying on my back among the trees and flowers, nothing of a human nature to distract my thoughts, I gaze through branches and leaves at the sky, the sight like a stained glass window with sunlight streaming through to add a dazzle to the deep colors. As conscious images give way to the abstract of subconscious thought, the dreams begin. Scattered images, disjointed, vague, take form, feel real but only for moments each before the distraction of another image disturbs the delicate formation and build a new dream, partially on the leftover framework of the old one, with a few strands of similarity to make a connection. With these threads, the dreams of life are woven. With a natural setting for them to spawn, they spring into being, one after the other, a montage of vignettes, some of them experiences I've never had. They tell me things of great value, things from the heart. Supernovas. The mind is bursting with supernovas of imagination and ideas. It glitters with the stars of thought, countless. I'll climb the earthly mountains to reach the stars and flares of my mind. Home. Home is where your heart feels you should be. In my home there is beauty to see. Where I live, I can find stories to tell. And if you listen, you will know very well that this is where life lives the best, and all days end in a peaceful rest. The summer's day way. Oh, what I'd give for a summer's day, to walk and hike and find my way over wooded mountains, high and tall, and spend some time by a waterfall, to listen to her leap and splash, and follow down her foamy sash, to alpine meadows smooth and fresh, and fall asleep in happiness, where mountain weather cleanses me, and sends me home so peacefully. The cabin. A quiet, rustic cabin sat nestled on a mountainside, its homey doorway open, inviting me to come inside. I walked into the cabin. The cozy little room was bare. It held no furnishings except a broken wooden chair. I mended what was broken and swept the dirt from off the floor. And now, that quiet cabin will be my home forevermore. Morning breeze. The air upon the morning breeze rustles softly through the trees, flowing over meadows green, on its way to me. I breathe the air in deeply now. It sweetens up the day somehow, bringing scents of flowers up, on its way to me. The coolness of the morning air, it's just so nice to feel it there, drifting down the mountainside, on its way to me. So I stand outside my door. I could stand for hours more, soaking up the morning breeze as it passes me. Trying to awaken sleeping beauty. I saw her from far across a room, sleeping in a chair. My first thought was to awaken her, but then that thought stopped short. If I were to awaken her with a shake or with a kiss, what would there be to keep her here close to me? And so I watched her sleep a little while and dreamed of what we'd do if I were to awaken her gently and hold her in my arms, and watch her sweet eyes sparkle in the fire's dancing light. I got up and went to her, and stroked her golden hair, and brushed her cheek with the back of my hand, and sat down in a chair next to her. Moments passed, and she awoke, and stretched and looked around her. She looked my way, into my chair, and didn't even see me. She stood and smiled that lovely smile, and slowly crossed the room, then disappeared behind the door. As I cried out, I love you. Dream for dream. Inside this mountain cabin, warm, I sit and count my dreams. The cost of those that have come true has been the rest, it seems. The ones that have come true were founded upon careful planning, a job in a creative surrounding, though it takes a constant manning. Of having this job I dreamed for a while. At first it seemed impossible. It would be a certain gamble, and the distance seemed impassable. But there I was, my life devoted. I'd been scooped right up, been caught. And though I struggled openly then, it wasn't hard I'd fought. So here I make one lost dream come true, by spending 3 short but soothing days, far from the dreaded job I love, and the city's noxious haze. The only life need missing now, another cost of this dream career, is that longing for a loved one, sitting with me, sweet and dear. I need to hear her voice so soft, and feel her stirring touch. But all that meet my senses now are the wind, my pillow, and such. This last dream may be truly one that I may never find, unless I pay, by giving up the first, and leaving that love behind. Hopes. Unfound love. My days are old. They find me lonely. Not for friends. I have friends. Some understand, some don't. Every now and then I find a hope for a new life. I see someone from a distance. She gets closer, seems to glance my way. I start to speak, to call to her. She moves away, with another's arm around her waist. Alone I lay in a room where dreams bear the only comfort of nightly companionship. I long for the smile, the touch, the whisper I've never seen, felt, or heard. Oh, unfound love, are you out there to find? Where are you waiting? Are you waiting for me? I await the day we'll find each other, here in my life of solitude. Why can't my heart succeed? I fell in love one time last year. Blindly I followed my heart's lead. But love fell through, and I still cry, why can't my heart succeed? I search further down this rugged road for the romance that all hearts need, but every door is closed to me. Why can't my heart succeed? I ask for little, and have much to give. I cry out for the chance to offer these feelings held beneath a lid, locked up inside a coffer. When will a girl come with the key? When will my love be freed? I search and hope and wait. In vain? Why can't my heart succeed? Days, to weeks, to months, now years. When will my heart succeed? There's every reason why it should, yet I still have that need. Last year my feelings said I'd found the one who had the key. Unknowingly she cracked the lid, but fearing evil, she did flee. If only she had looked inside and seen love of the truest breed, this verse would read much differently. Oh, would my heart succeed? Her eyes. Her soft hazel green eyes looked at me. They glistened faintly. What did I sense in those lovely eyes? Empathy, mere sympathy, or had it nothing at all to do with me? Whatever it was, they touched me briefly and held me for hours, pinned further down by Cupid's thoughtless arrow. I thought maybe she did care. She knew I cared. I could do nothing then but love her more than ever, though it was her request that I not. Lessons. Your sweet eyes. Oh, your sweet eyes I love to see, though they fill me with such heartache. They touch me with a gentle mystery, and shake me till I break. My love for you, cloaked with a smile that is hard for me to wear, I long to show you openly, if your heart were only there. As you tell me of your tortured times, I wish that I could hold you, to give you strength to meet the rest, and help your dreams come true. One day your sweet eyes startled me, when my thoughts to you were turned. I quickly tore my view away, as my heart was struck and burned. Perhaps before my eyes left yours, you saw the pain within me. I can with actions hide my heart, but my eyes enshroud it thinly. Whene'er I see that certain look that your eyes sometimes display, it hints to me your heart could hold, for me, some room, someday. Superficial gain. What am I to say? What am I to do? What direction should I look when my heart still cares for you? Your words for me dispassionate, I reciprocate the same, the tone of friendship neutral in this superficial game. The heartfelt talks I long for will never move our tongues. No song of friendship 'tween us ever will be sung. Go away. Go away, please. No longer occupy space in my heart. I love you too much for us to even be friends. I'm wrong for you and you are wrong for me. This tears at the threads of my being. The glow I feel when I see you is enshrouded by this fact. There is nothing more somber than a glow that is extinguished by its own incongruity. I hate the love that I feel as it consumes me. Learning how to fall out of love. Emotions follow no path of sense. This we all know well. I've always been a man of intellect, until in love I fell. Before my heart was lost in love, my mind examined hard the hopelessness of what was coming. My heart had no regard. She seemed so right. She probably was, but to her I was so wrong. And losing the pain of her rejection has taken so damn long. But now I find it easier to consider what I've lost and think with objectivity, is it really worth the cost? This is the hardest thing to learn, at least that I can think of. And now, with tears, I finally learned how to fall out of love. A friend's embrace. A connection of affection, sustenance for emotion, restoration for the heart. It makes a happy body happier and helps take sadnesses away. In cherishing its rareness, I work hard to get just one. I'd like to think I still would relish it, even if I got one every day. I need to feel that friendly contact, need its warmth a bit more often, to soothe my heart which so often feels alone. Alone amid so many, but to few am I that close. And so still, I seek and cherish, hope and long. As we celebrate our friendship, a birthday poem. As we share our joys and sorrows, our friendship grows even stronger. It's this that helps me through my harder days. And as this day is special to you, it's also very special to me, for your heart is true and loved so many ways. As we celebrate our friendship and this day that helped it to be, let me say again how much our friendship means, and how I hope that your endeavors will bring your life the pleasures that you find so far are only in your dreams. The Ridge. High on a ridge in nowhere sits my heart. It could fall with a gust down either side. On one lies a lake of cool water, fresh, the fall to break, my heart to cleanse. On the other, a near endless drop, with rocks to dash and thorns to tear. A wind must soon come to thrust it from its place, a precarious perch, a long-lasted balance. my heart reaches for the breeze to help its fateful action on. Then, with a rush, my heart's aloft, one ridge's side to fall upon. Through the rock. The passage through the rock is narrow. The walls scrape me as I squeeze my way. I am somewhere near the middle, no point in turning back. And I love the rock that scratches me, though it hurts. I would rather stay lost inside it than emerge from it on the other side. The shapes of the walls seem unthreatening, and I am roughly cradled as I lean back to rest. But I am compelled to drag myself on, for I cannot stay and become part of the rock. I must continue on to what is outside of it. Observations. Undine. She reached for the clouds which she could not touch, but felt. The beauty of the cottony mist surrounded her, filling her soul. The rustling grass tickled her feet, filling her mind with awareness. And sweet fresh air came on bursts of wind, giving to her the happiness of life. With joy and beauty. As earth, with all its beauty, a woman's love can fill the senses of a man's heart with such joy. Perhaps more, since a special warmth can fill his feelings while looking at a woman, her face, her eyes, or while holding her hand. A warmth that just isn't there, even while looking at the most touching or most splendorous sights on earth. And a woman, lover of beauty herself, finds more beauty in her man than in the sparkling diamond, the shining jewel stone, or in the deep natural colors of the earth. Perhaps that is why they have devoted themselves to seeking each other out, to spend the rest of their lives loving, hurting, dreaming, being together. Mountain Ice Poem. Snow falls cold on mountains high, and melts by sun warmth from the sky, then trickles down across rocks and grass, and glistens, sunlit, just like glass. By night it freezes icy still, and in its beauty sits until the sun warmth melts it as before, and sends it splashing down once more. Night Thoughts. I sit out in an open field, as crickets chirp about me. Night sky surrounds me like a dome, the winds caress me gently. I look up at the stars above. How like my life they seem, countless in the pure black sky, just like my countless dreams. How quiet nighttime is out here. What sounds I hear are soft. A rabbit hopping through the grass, the flap of wings aloft, and other creatures of the night, identities unknown, make sounds of life from trees and grass, a song of nature's own. I love the beauty of the night, its peacefulness inspires, as breezes whisper through the grass, and singing insects choir. The Snow Prairie. Endlessly spreading, shadows softened, the snow prairie lies. Where the ground and the gray-white sky meet is unknown. But the snow prairie is also scattered sparkles of jeweled crystals under blue sky and sunlight. The white opaque ocean surrounds and protects the delicate vegetation, which paints fields and pastures in spring and summer. The snow prairie sketches a stark illustration of the true isolation and solitude of the endless prairie. The feelings we hold. The times we love will never last. Soon they are forgotten, past. The feelings we now hold so dear will dissipate before next year. But certain feelings never die. Within our hearts they'll always lie, molding what we are today, shaping us in every way. The friends who come and go. Here's to friends who come and go. I've had ones who were so good to know. So much has passed since those special times, but I feel that closeness ever drifting through my mind. Now I have a memory of friends who were so good to me, and I never shall forget those times and places where loving meant so much to friends, and kind words floated with the winds, and caring lit up all of my friends' faces. 7 Minds, a tribute to the crew of the Space Shuttle Challenger. 7 minds, frozen in ecstasy, living a dream, knowing nothing else to the end. We all watched, stunned. Then we cried for the 7 and for the setback of our country's dream, our hearts pierced and numb. The 7 are not crying, and they never will. They have known their joy. The tears that they cried were of that sweet realization of a dream come true. They lived that dream for 72 seconds, never to know anything else. And we must now dry our tears, hold each other, and feel their joy for them for the rest of time. Time as a concept. Time, an elapse, an ungraspable thing which surrounds us constantly, gives to us and limits us. It is measured by various units which last the same in duration, always, though to our minds, depending on condition and circumstance, they instead seem to vary. In the younger years of life, time seems to drag. So slowly it passes that it seems as though a year will go on forever. But at a certain point in one's life, that unmappable boundary which separates childhood and adulthood, time seems to shift gears, to become compressed, and the end of a year can almost be seen from its beginning. The years slip by the way months used to. To the mind, time is a concept, changing with maturity and experience and time. The lake. The water in the lake, smooth as glass most times, is a raging, slashing torrent now, amid the calmness of the pines. All about is settled, no bending, shaking with the wind, and yet the water's restless now from some catalyst within. The lake is fed by mountain streams, and yet this water boils. Billowed steam veils moonlight as the inner conflict toils. With time, there came no quietude, until the lake had boiled away. Just a cracked and barren basin now, dying forest and decay. Epilogue. A start awakens me. I look about me again. The same scene surrounds me as before, but it looks different now, somehow. Vague recollections of my dreams flash through my mind. As they fly past my inner vision, my mind tries to grasp a hold of one, as it does old memories of childhood, some pleasant, others it would rather not think about. But the subconscious, which created the dreams in the first place, is a tease that has shredded the dreams into tiny bits and tossed them to drift upon a swift breeze past my conscious mind's eye. Yet I did experience them, and have certain changed feelings as a result. One's own dreams can often change one's outlook on life and the way he accepts or handles what comes along.